Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to another edition of Soul 360. I'm your host, Rhoda Nimoh. Now on today's episode, we will be bringing you exclusive access to the red carpet of the OneXOne annual charity fundraiser. Now OneXOne is a non-for-profit organization based right here in Toronto that partners with other organizations the world round. Wyclef Jean's Yele Haite and Matt Damon's H2O Africa were just a few of the groups honored with funding that night. Now, we're going to get to some exclusive red carpet interviews with a couple faces you might find familiar, brought to you exclusively by Soul 360. So, let's check it out. This is the 8th annual OneXOne Charity Gala. Yes, the organization is called OneXOne, and that is exactly how they have grown over the years to touch and change the lives of countless children all around the world. This evening's gala celebrates the partners of OneXOne, some of whom you might even recognize, and the ongoing commitment to charity work.
We highlight these young people, and I hope that it inspires other young people out there to understand that they can do a lot, even at any age. We actually made little kids t-shirts that said, "Even I can make a difference."
And it's that message that drove a then 6-year-old Brian Reglack into action.
Well, people have to walk 10 kilometers to get to a well so their family can drink for the day. And it's like, okay, how far is 10 kilometers? Because we were all in grade 1. So my teacher said 10,000 steps. So I counted the steps it took me to get from my classroom to the water fountain, and I counted 10. So I just figured, is it fair I'm walking 10 and someone is walking a number I can't even count to? Since then, we've helped almost 600,000 people, built 432 wells in 15 developing countries, and helped save lives. Well, I've been to Uganda twice, and I guess just one of the things is when you see smiles and people who are the happiest people in the world, but the poorest, but they have smiles that light up on their faces because they have clean water to drink.
Are you excited about tonight?
Yes.
Will you guys be performing?
Yes.
So how do you get them ready for an event such as this?
You know what, we're on tour right now, so the children are used to performing. So we just rehearsed the songs. This morning we did a sound check. They're ready. They're ready to perform anywhere.
Hey, are you Ghanaian?
Yes, I am.
I can tell.
What gave it away?
I don't know. You look Ghanaian. You got good skin. So you Ghanaian too? What day of the week is he? What day of the week are you? Was that Kwesi? Kofi. Sorry.
What day of the week were you born? What day of the week were you born?
Tuesday. So what am I? Kweku? Yeah. See.
I'm gonna call you Kwaku for tonight. Is that okay?
Sure. As long as you don't call me Cracker. It was important. You know, you always got to give back when you can.
Always a humanitarian.
Well, not always, but I try when I try to help when I can. You know, and that's the bottom line for everybody. You do what you can when you can.
So what message do you want to send out to the youth in terms of getting them involved in trying to organize for change?
Well, first of all, I think the youth in this city really needs to sort themselves out before they start worrying about anybody else. There's a lot of misguided wannabe gangsters in this city that it's not real, you know. Think for yourselves. Be an individual if you have to. It's not that difficult to do, you know. I mean, I grew up, in similar circumstances to most of them. And, a lot of the cats I hung out with growing up are no longer walking the safe streets anymore. They're locked up in jail bars, and I'm sure all of them are thinking the same thing. You know, had I thought for myself, maybe I wouldn't be in this situation. So
was comedy your way of, staying away from that lifestyle?
Well, no. I mean, I started doing comedy when I was 19. I think boxing was my way of staying away from that lifestyle. I used to box as an amateur, so that was my way of getting out my aggression and keeping my head high with black eyes and swollen noses.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Russell is also a fan of the African Children's Choir, but I mean, who wouldn't be? These kids are so adorable and so very talented.
They were so cool. They were all from Kenya, and I said a little hello in Swahili to them, you know. Jambo, jambo, jambo. And for my Ghanaians, unufu.
We'll censor that. Kids, we'll censor that. Tonight, the stars were out in full effect, all with a very positive message for the OneXOne Gala event to bring the awareness to change and hope for thousands of children that this organization helps all around the world.
I think just to represent something that is beautiful in the unlikely scenarios that people, people here are used to portraying Africa in a grim light, and I like to portray it in a beautiful way.
As a child and a singer, I believe that I should give other children voices, they can't speak out, and I'm sort of helping that cause, so I really believe strongly in this.
I think every day about a lot of the things that I've seen around the world. I feel really blessed to have traveled as much as I have, because you get to see other people living and what other people's lives are like, and get a better understanding of the world. I heard about it a few years ago, and we had started a foundation called H2O Africa, which was a clean water initiative in Africa, and we were contacted by OneXOne, who said that from looking at what our mission statement was, that this was probably a pretty good partnership, and would I consider coming up and hosting the event. And I heard about the event, and I came up and I really was taken with the people that I met here, and the work that they were doing, and the other, all these strategic partners, all these NGOs, and the work that these people were doing really, I just thought it was wonderful, and it was something I wanted to continue participating.
So tell me, how does it feel to be honored tonight?
It feels phenomenal. It's just an opportunity to celebrate what young Canadians have been able to accomplish. And the organization that I represent, Free the Children, is going to be honored this evening, but it's really an honor that's given to young Canadians who say, yes, I want to make a difference.
Okay, now I need to ask you, when you were sitting back and it first came to you that, this idea in your head to start this organization that would be reaching out all across the world, wasn't that a bit overwhelming? And how did you, make that tangible?
It's totally overwhelming, obviously, but it's also an opportunity to say, yes, what's something simple I can do? So what we did as an organization, myself, my brother, the other young people who were involved, is we built one school. And once we built that first school in India, we felt, okay, you know what? We can actually do this. This is hard, but it's not impossible. And now we're over 500 schools, because young Canadians have stepped up and joined Free the Children and joined the efforts of the organization and said, yes, I want to make a difference as well. And I think that's really the key, especially if young people are watching, your broadcast, is saying, you don't have to change the world tomorrow and by yourself, but if you do something small, that something small can become so much larger, and then the impact can be very significant.
Great. So how did you become involved with the OneXOne organization?
Well, Free the Children is an organization, is a charity that was selected by OneXOne to serve as an organization that it funds. So we've received considerable funding through OneXOne, and we're building an all-girls high school in Kenya. And I was actually in Kenya yesterday morning. I just came in for this evening. And seeing the impact of these girls who are so excited to have the chance to go to school and break the cycle of poverty is quite remarkable.